Knoxville, one of the great venues in all of college football, and home to the Tennessee Volunteers. And this crowd knows that when the Vols run through the tee, they are in for a show. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the LSU Tigers, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So the Tennessee Volunteers offense is on the field for the first time today. When your quarterback takes the field, you want him to look just like this guy, exuding confidence.
Yeah, the it factor. He's the man. Nobody questions it. Everybody on this team knows they've got his back, and he's the leader.
Everybody in this stadium also knows the offense goes as this guy goes. He has got to play well today.
In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early.
It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. Another big play on the outside, and that's the thing that historically has gotten Rocky Top rolling.
Yeah, so much fun to watch playmakers outside that they can run by you and go make big plays. Opens up the whole field, the whole offense, and this Orange fan base goes absolutely bananas.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Third and short coming here right from the midfield stripe. Looking for a man. It's Owen. Moving out of the pocket. And he is corralled short of the line to gain. The Vols will punt it away on 4th down. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. The Tigers offense will go to work for the first time. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. That's a big matchup in this game.
Well, and that's what I love about this guy, because he affects the quarterback whether he gets to him or not. He knows he's there. He's that kind of good coming off the edge. Let's see how this QB performs under pressure.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes. If you want to shut this crowd up early, you don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. The give to the back. Able to fight his way ahead for a pickup of 4, but they're still left with a 4th and 2.
Well, we knew this offense came into this one wanting to establish the run on their first 3 plays of the game in their own end. Run, 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 but they don't pick up the first down. Now it'll be interesting to see if they continue running the football their next time out.
So we're scoreless, their first drive of the game, and this coach is wasting no time taking a gamble by going for it on 4th down in his own territory. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Man, this guy is exciting to watch. When he has the ball in his hands, he can make magic happen. They're going to throw it to him. They're going to hand it off to him. They're going to get him the ball in a variety of ways, and they're doing it early in this game.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard. Especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it.
And it's caught inside the 15. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
What
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers! They'll try to add another to their lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a lift.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating an explosive play.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air, it's Owen. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. Oh, man, that defensive back just hurled himself in there like a lightning bolt to get the quarterback.
And you see the speed, the closing speed to run, chase the quarterback, get him on the ground. That's why he plays defensive back. He looks like a pass rusher here, but you could definitely see he could hit that turbo button.
They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
He gets it across the 25 to the 24, give him 5 on the carry.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Dances away to buy time. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Oh, the kicker's on the run. And they thought they could pull off the surprise. Well, the surprise was on them. A stop. I know they wanted to be aggressive, throw caution to the wind. They might have been better off playing it safe there. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. On the option, he'll toss it. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. LSU quick to the line. He's back to throw on 2nd down. It's complete to the left. And he's got enough for the 1st down. It'll be at the 35. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the 1st down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. They can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come.
Runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. As the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Leaves it with the running back. They make the stop, and that's how the 1st quarter will end. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. Going to try to get it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
Across the 10. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his big tight end. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. LSU now operating in the red zone. Using the quick game. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On second down, wants to throw it. A little screen to the running back. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Tigers! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively, I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Well, they're able to get the negative play, great individual effort. I know LSU's defense always goes by DBU, but they've had some big-time players up front on that D-line, too. And you think recently, guys like Marcus Spears, Glenn Dorsey, Kiki Mingo, Daniil Hunter, dudes that can line up one-on-one. These guys were like avatars with their frames. So difficult to block and so athletic. That's what...
And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. And the Volunteers line up to punt it away.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. That return man thinking, guys, do not mess this up. I put it on the doorstep for you. It's 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Trying to get in the end zone again. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Wants to pass. Still looking, on the move. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Tigers. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. UCLA found a way to rescue victory from the jaws of defeat, something this program has done time and time again inside the Rose Bowl. Bruins fans will enjoy this one for at least 1 week. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. A strike downfield. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And it seems like every time they throw it, it's first down time in Tennessee.
First down time, and then let's go again. Let's throw it again. These offenses are not afraid to throw the football. When you got a trigger man you trust, let it rip.
Complete in the middle. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Working the middle. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. If they're going to keep covering him like that, they're just going to keep going to him.
Yeah, and it's so hard because you want to stay back and take away the weapons outside to the wide receivers, but when this guy's going to be able to catch the football and he makes plays like this, now I'm going to have to maybe go play more man, bring a guy to him, and not let him get those open touches.
Back to throw, it's Owen. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Got his man in the middle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. They're trying to get to it. Ball in the air, intercepted. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David, and you've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, I want to continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer, because it's been all gas.
Hawk, that's right. Strike while the iron's hot, too, before this defense gets to going at halftime and potentially make some adjustments, show you some different looks in the second half. Whatever you've been doing, it's working. Keep it up.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
From his end zone, he'll have to get rid of it. He's looking deep. He's got it downfield for a huge gain.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
And here comes the offense on second down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's off to the races. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They'll throw it on first down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After misfiring, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Setting up the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the run. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, 1st and goal, a chance to tack on another one before halftime. Trying to get to him. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, LSU! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, and this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead.
That makes the score LSU.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. And he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Forced out of the pocket. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a great one today in Knoxville so far. An entertaining first half, and we've got a multi-possession lead to break down thanks to the surgical precision of this offense. Might honestly take more time to talk about what didn't work than what did. The running game, the passing game, gadget plays have worked. Now it's just a matter of finishing the job. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Neyland Stadium.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need. all game long up front to have any success when we decide to run it.
Quick step and go. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Looking to go up top on first down. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. You still get a pass breakup, but man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the football, but secure that big fella and get the six. Get the pick six.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back. Nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off, get what I can get.
He'll pitch it. Jukes his way for more. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6. Goes to the option. Now the toss. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollard.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
They're thinking touchdown here on 4th and goal. The kickers, touchdown LSU! And the pummeling has started.
And man, that stings. If you're a defense, you get all the way to a 4th down situation and held them so many times, and man, they punch it in late, especially with the physicality. I hate when I get beat with physicality. And they pounded them, ran the football with all the big guys in the game, and got the touchdown.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Tulsa is in front. They've answered the bell today, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no short thing right now. They're up by 7 over UTSA. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Hold and fire complete. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. He wants to throw. Quickly to the tight end. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
They'll line up for a second down play. They'll run it from the gun. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
The sweet feet buy a little time. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Listen, that's not going to go down as a big play, but he does a really good job turning a negative play into something positive. It's not a big gain, but it keeps you out of those negative situations that really makes you very predictable.
He leaves it with the back. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Wide receiver shows motion. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Moving away from pressure. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain. They'll play it safe and try for 3. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. Right down the boulevard. It's good.
Let's not say they cut into the defensive field goal. Maybe just, tweaked a little bit of a way with their fingernail.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Fielded in the end zone. It's Witherspoon. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Trying play action. Buying some time. He'll fire to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback here. He extends the play. Nothing open right away. There's a little bit of pressure. He gets to the outside, tries to take a shot down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Gets it out fast. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
At the 28. First down for the offense.
Quarterback checking the play. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the 3rd quarter stats. They'll He'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Looking to move it through the air. Pulls it in. It's Vic. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
To the ground with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Quarterback moving. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. It has been said that the other team's quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard, and he did.
And often is good, too. The most you can get to him, but great job by the defense, rushing the quarterback, understanding pass, and getting the big fella on the ground.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. We all count our stats at the end of the season. We look up, we got a pass.
He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two. We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack. It's 2nd and 12. To the air, it's Owen. Dances away from the heat. He's going to take off. At the 20, he's got space. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. DB's right up on the receivers. He caught it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Volunteers. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
And the extra point cuts into the lead just a touch, 35-10. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. Finds his way up to the 24 before he goes out of bounds. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession, they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They go to the ground. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course. This team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week.
And the quarterback is snowed under. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
unloads to the wideout. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Yeah, and you could tell he was trying to run with that football before he caught it. That slant route, you stick your foot in the ground, cut towards the QB. That's one of those plays where he puts it on the money and you just try to make yards after the catch, but key word being after the catch.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Throws to the wideout. It's incomplete, but here comes the flag, and I think it's going to be a first down.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Open runway ahead. The 10. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And the punishment has been extended. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Quick strike complete. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. And they bring him down, but did you see this freshman rifle that thing in there? They're down to the 32-yard line on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Using his legs to buy some time.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Pressure comes. Going for it all. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. It won't matter much in the outcome, but a little extra stat padding is nice. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
He'll bring it out. It's Witherspoon. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He'll start this drive firing. Dances away. Looking down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
I spent time with a lot of coaches when you got a huge lead in the 4th quarter and they say run the football and run the clock out. And I've seen a lot of other coaches that say, listen, they get paid to stop us. It's their job to try to stop us. And apparently they live in the second world as this coach.
He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. To the ground to try to pick up the first. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
On 3rd down, you're thinking it might be pass, so the offense goes draw play, trying to fool you, but it didn't work. Defense wasn't tricked. They're able to make the tackle and now set up 4th.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Hard running there. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
This is so a Jesse Palmer. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Back to throw, it's Owen. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Needs to get it in the end zone on third and goal. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's incomplete. The long pass on fourth down is to no avail.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time now because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much. We're up. This game's over after that missed fourth down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing.
LSU right back to the line. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Makes a connection. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. A new set of downs after the completion. He's going to pass. Going to take a shot. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30. Line gets set, first down. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Pocket starts to collapse. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock. The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long second down. Looking to pass. It's Owen. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Timeout called by the defense. 13 seconds to go. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Well, this one had all the suspense of a Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, affectionately referred to as Stark Vegas, where earplugs are highly recommended because the cowbells will be ringing. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. Bringing it out. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So Mississippi State's offense will get the first crack at it here. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors and you've got to limit the penalties because those will kill you, Pollard.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally intact.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
They'll try the run. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Pollard.
Yeah, it's just winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging about this one for a long time.
A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit.
Number 13, on to punt it away.
First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. So LSU's offense has the ball for the first time. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking to throw on second down. Coming after him. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And after that last sack, man, you can just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, just see.
Intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up. And he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He's got it. Slips through the line. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down.
A really nice job by the defense, understanding the situation. We know they like to run the touch pass. Great job selling out, seeing it, bringing those guys right down, flying into space, getting the fast, speedy wide receiver on the ground. Nice 3rd down stop.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Man, that used to just drive me nuts. I couldn't stand that. The quarterback drops back the pass, scrambles around. You got me chasing you all over the field, getting close to the sideline. Stay in bounds. Please stay in bounds. Let me get a little bit of a reward for all my running. So I just put some kind of hit on it. Nope, steps out of bounds.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better?
Hit the afterburners, kid. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. And they break the seal on the scoring. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He finds his man. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, get in that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man down the middle. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Those third and medium calls needed 4 there, and they got it using the quick passing game.
And I think, Reese, on those third and short situations, I think you also know the ball's going to come out quickly. And you got to take away that quick stuff right now. But the QB gets the football, immediately sees the slant, easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. Got his man quickly. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponents. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
He'll work his way down to the 28. Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And that's now their third sack of the game. This is one of the best units in the entire country getting after the quarterback. They have done such a great job recruiting athletes up front and in their front seven. They can blitz, they can rush you with 4, with 3, but they've got dudes that can beat you one-on-one, and you're seeing that in this game.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Quickly complete. Push down for the tackle.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Snap from the gun on third down. Fires to the wideout. The quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. The holder will kneel down at the 29, making it a 39-yard attempt. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. On the run from inside his own 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. On first down, here comes this offense. Pulled it, finds his man on the left. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Leaves it with the back. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing.
Let's see if they keep it on the ground here on third down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Turns it on in midfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right. Don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, force the incompletion.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's going to run it. And he gives himself up, but not before he moves those sticks.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense...
He'll take a shot. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Yeah, and he did a really good job selling this, dropping back to pass, waiting a little bit of time, and giving his running back a chance to run down the field. He runs the wheel route. He's open, throws a strike, gets in for the touchdown.
Out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Not the most productive half of this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Grabs it in the middle. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, the drag routes put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the 1st.
And the catch was one thing and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Feeling some heat. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Finds his tight end. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
I'll say this, man, in college football you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. He fields the punt in his own end zone. That is coverage just the way you draw it up. Don't even let him get started, and they knock him down deep in his own end. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. It's these little moments like that that can help an offense as he gets it up to the 16-yard line.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of the spot.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Unloads to the wideout. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Second down coming up. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Looking to pass on second down. Got rid of it just in time. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
He fires a bullet to the right. And the pass is intercepted. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. To the air on first down. Unloads to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement. And you're like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Boston College is in danger of getting demolished today. And while this is only one game, I think anyone who knows this will linger for some time. They're trailing by 14 to SMU. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Steps away. He's looking on the right side. He hauls it in, and nobody's close. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. They dialed up the perfect call, splendid execution. Now they've got it. Threatening 1st and 10 from the 27. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the run. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half.
This defense is going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime because they have been taken advantage of deep down the field in the passing game. They've already given up 2 TD passes. That was almost number.
Throws toward the end zone. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offensive momentum. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with a halftime update. Mississippi State has it teed up, ready to go here in the second half. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. As they get ready to start this third quarter, think how big the lead might be if they'd taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense right now, you've gotten a couple turnovers early, and you're saying, okay, we're going to need to keep this up. We got to stay aggressive for us to have a chance to win this game, but we believe we can do it.
Yeah, you've already done it, so of course you're going to believe it. Keep playing fast, keep playing physical, and then tell your offense, hey, we need a little help over here. Can you help us out and put some points on the board?
Wants to fire on second down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the second half. And early in the third quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Oh, look out! He's out of bounds after a big pickup, but there's a flag on the field, and this might be coming back. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line gets set, first down. Quick pass on the jet motion. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, you've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times. This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football, you're ahead, you can be a little bit more conservative, but again, this opens up the pass, this keeps everything in balance for this offense.
He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down, leaves them in second and manageable.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Well, jet sweep pass. Past the 25. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Give him 6. Touchdown, Tigers! This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
Now on first down from the 30. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man down the middle. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. The offense set for a first down play. They're going to run it to the right. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Quick release on the RPO. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. And they got him for the sack. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Caught near the sticks. It's Kent. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. And LSU starting to get that passing attack cranked up.
And this is a unit that typically LSU is as good as they are at quarterback. We know they're going to be physical. We know they got athletes all over the field. But when they get really good quarterback play.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to him. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on those body blows so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Trying to find his man on first down. Hit as he throws. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
A really good job by the defense. They got to understand that boy can fly. So when he gets outside the pocket, I got to make sure I'm ready to go get him. You could tell he was still being a passer. He wanted to throw the football. Nice job closing under control, getting a hit on the quarterback, and affecting the throw.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
In these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
And the Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. And this... Just overshot his man that time.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
He's got it. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. It's complete. He gets it in. Touchdown LSU. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out. Him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down at the 49.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
And get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
Soft spot in the middle. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Mississippi State hoping to ring up a score in this red zone trip. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18.
Second down.
didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll leave it with him. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big kickoff and a first down for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Going for 6. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he's going to try to return this one. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this...
All kinds of running room. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats. Now you got to think they'll really go on the attack. Big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 48. They'll ride the hot hand. Still running at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle, as opposed to linebackers and big defensive.
Looking for the end zone. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. They almost got a first down there. Stopped the yard short. It'll be 3rd down.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He's fighting to make sure he fell down in the field of play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
Little touch pass to the receiver. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, LSU! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. He uncorks one deep. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Got his man in the middle. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Back to the air one more time. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
Man, this quarterback has been dialed in all game long. He's making outstanding decisions, and he's been so accurate throwing the football. He's now got over 350.
Touchdown, Mississippi State! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team, true to its name, as they make the grab and get the ball. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll try the left side. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd down.
Keep it on the ground. Tackled, but he has a first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. The run to the left. Open space at the 25. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Now they've got a little breathing room after that score, and a Week 6 victory is in the offing, it appears.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
Made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? The coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So, good opportunity to try to finish this game with something positive.
And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force it in.
Brings it down on the right side. And not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Going up top on 1st down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. He wants to throw it. It's on target and complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. He's got it. He thought he might turn that into a score, but the defense able to wrestle him down short. They'll stop him at the 3.
Timeout, LSU.
A 4th quarter field goal down by this much, That's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got to score the touchdown on 4th and goal. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on down.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points on the scoreboard.
Finds a crease at the 20. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Tigers! And the stomping has commenced. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
That one falls out of bounds, incomplete. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He's got great speed. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. They'll throw it on 1st down. A shot toward the end zone. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans.